Hello there guys, how's it going? This is Matty Tomato right here, and I'm just here to basically make a quick Airport City free-to-fly video talking about the quest. I'm just going to summarise the quest very quickly, and have a look at this, guys, right? Look at this clock over here. There is 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go until the quest is over, and I've completed it. I'm not going to take any of this credit though. Basically, I've been helped very, very heavily on the way over here. So I've gone ahead and completed the mission. So I now have 5,000 coins, 1,000 experience points, and I now have the Pharaoh's Palace. Here it is, Pharaoh's Palace over here. Right, I'm just going to switch to full screen mode. Ta-da! Right, so 2 minutes to go, and I've completed the quest. Now, well, to be quite honest, yes, as I said, I am not going to take that much credit, because to be quite honest, although you can't see it now, most of the items, or a lot of the items that I actually got, were actually sent to me with the help of some very, very lovely people. Very, very lovely people in the LRL group. LRL is basically a little Facebook community of Airport City players, and the LRL group are literally the most nicest people you could ever meet on the internet, basically. They are absolutely amazing. And, well, basically, they helped me to complete the quest. They sent me a lot of items that I needed. Which is absolutely superb. So I'd like to send a special shout out to them, and a very, very big thank you. And if any of those guys I should ever meet in the street someday, I would definitely buy them a beer. But moving on then, very quickly, just onto sort of like the summary of the quest then. So basically, overall, I found it quite difficult. As I said, if it wasn't for the LRL, I would not have completed the quest. But I found it very difficult, and the main reason I found it particularly difficult was because of the drop rate of the burial vaults. Now, the actual collection that I found very hard to complete was this one, the Whispers in the Walls. I found that one very, very hard to complete. Because if you have a look at the previous ones, like Ancient Ritual, they drop from the flights, and well, basically you can just keep flying and flying and flying and flying to those places at sort of at free will. And eventually these items will drop, and the drop rate isn't. It's quite difficult, but it's not as bad. It was easier to get these items together. Now I did once again stress that I did get quite a few of these items sent to me. But it was a lot easier to complete this one, the Ancient Ritual. But the main reason I found the Whispers in the Walls collection over here very, very difficult to complete is because they drop from the burial vaults. Now the burial vault is over here. It was this building that we built. There we go, the quest is just finished, so there we go, ta-da. So the burial vault basically dropped possessed passengers, and it was every hour and things like that. But the drop rate of the building was actually very, very seldom. And so I found it very difficult to collect enough from the burial vault, and the drop rate was quite poor. So I was collecting lots from the burial vaults that I had. I've deleted the other 3 that I had, and I've rebuilt my old buildings. But basically, yeah, the drop rate from the burial vault was pretty darn difficult. The other one, though, that I would like to... The other reason why I found it hard to complete was because if you head over to your friends, for instance, I'm just going to pick Ray over here, who was one of the ones who did help me very, very handily with my quest items. But if we go over here, the burial vaults from your friends, and the problem was with those was that you visited your friends' burial vaults, and they yielded nothing. There was no ability to receive the collectible items from your friends' burial vaults. They yielded absolutely nothing. So basically, visiting your friends' burial vaults was a waste of time because you were never getting anything. Which I found to be quite poor, actually, and I think that was one of the things that I think Airport City missed a trick there, because that made it very, very difficult to mass up enough burial vaults and things like that to be able to collect from your own city frequently enough to be able to get the items that you needed for the event. And so that was a big problem for me, and in the end I think that was what made the quest very, very hard for me. Was the idea that I just could not complete the Whispers in the Walls collection often enough because the drop rate was quite short, but also the inability to collect items from friends' burial vaults was the real issue for me. Anyway, and so as a result, I found it very difficult, and as I said, I would not have completed it without the help of the LRL. I might as well go ahead and sort of move that into here. And the Pharaoh's Palace, you get 70 coins every 10 minutes, and it increases your maximum population by 50. It's also a 3x3, so there we go. So I'm just going to speed that up there, just so you can see what it looks like, because I've got plenty of coins in the bank over here. I don't really have to worry too much. So here we go. So the Pharaoh's Palace is over here. Every 10 minutes, it gives you 70 coins. And it increases your maximum city population by 50, which is quite handy for me because I started running out of population there. Just gone ahead and started building some stuff over this way, so that explains that. But yes, so I have completed the quest. I'm happy about that. But in the end, it was a very difficult quest. And, well, yeah, I think maybe the difficulty could have been lowered a little bit because one thing I did find in many of the Airport City on the comments on many of the Airport City posts was a lot of people were giving up. A lot of people were just giving up on the quest because the drop rates were quite difficult. Now, the thing is, I'm sort of one of those people who's balanced in the middle, where I do like a challenge, but I like something that's reasonable, like a reasonable challenge, which sets out a challenge, makes it a little bit difficult, but doesn't make it almost impossible. So I think the introduction of the ability to visit friends and visit the buildings in question and get collectibles from your friends' buildings is something that was missing and made it, for me, was the crucial difference between completing it successfully on my own with enough yields and things like that, but also, and the difference between needing a lot of help from my friends. But overall, I think the quest was okay. I mean, it was an interesting quest, don't get me wrong, it was a very interesting quest. But in the end, I think it was a little bit too difficult. So my recommendation would be keep it a challenge, but don't make it too much of a challenge so that it is nearly impossible, so that people will just give up, because a lot of people gave up. And yeah, you can sort of, in a certain sense, you can see why. Because not everybody has the same airport capacity, not everybody has the same airport size, not everybody plays as frequently, and that sort of jazz. So I sort of see it from both sides of the camp here. I see it from the player's point of view, but I also see it from the creators and developers' point of view, which I think is quite important to understand. I'm glad that I do understand it from both sides. Not everybody will, but I certainly do, and I have respect for both sides on that particular issue. But overall, the quest was quite difficult, but I think that the next one needs to be made a little bit easier. Now, I'm not actually sure what the next one will be. Off the top of my head, I imagine it will be Christmas, the Christmas quest. However, I will not complain if Airport City decides to make another event between now and Christmas. I will not complain at all. But there we go then. So thanks for watching. This has been Mac the Tomato. And any questions, feedback, advice, comments, anything like that, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching, and join me next time for more Airport City videos with myself, Mac the Tomato. Cheers for watching, guys.